http://www.cosmicparadigm.com/marks_corner/Monday, November 2nd, 2009. Individuals share this. The messages at this site are the result of communications between Mark Kimmel and beings who are not the indigenous humans of this planet. The communications have been verified as coming only from those who are of the highest Christ consciousness. Messages on this site build on each other. For their full impact, read them in sequence beginning with September 2008, archived below. They detail the situation on this planet, our place in the universe, and a positive picture for our future, if we are willing to act. I hope, by presenting them to you, that they spark your curiosity, and a decision to join with others to create a new civilization on Earth. As always, I encourage you to seek your own unique truth, and live it. This is my 71st posting to Mark's Corner for 2009. Today I welcome back Atrial with her unique perspective on my question about individual initiative.
Greeting. It is my pleasure to communicate with you once again. The entrepreneur, the pioneer, the rugged individual, the lone inventor, and the captain of industry, all epitomize the American dream, the American way of life. At the essence of capitalism are the values of the individual, the honoring of greed, and diminishing the needs of others to obtain what rightfully belongs to the strong individual. These values drive the American spirit. Other nations emulate that spirit. They are the opposite of love, the opposite of oneness. When the dark energy separated from Creator, it did so in the name of individualizing itself from oneness. The dark energy decided to pursue what it wanted for itself rather than cooperate with the rest of the cosmos. Once that seed was planted in that ancient oversoul, it was but a short journey to expressing itself in ways directly opposed to the light. It began to feed on the absence of light, the darkness. It soon discovered that it could gain power over others by diminishing the light within them. As it explored this new way of being, all manner of depravity took place, all in the name of separation from Creator. For some souls, the lure of self-aggrandizement attracted them to this dark energy, only to find that in the process they were submerged by it. So began a relentless struggle by dark entities to distinguish themselves at any cost, regardless of consequences to others. This then forms the basis for the rugged individual of Earth. Distinguishing oneself regardless of the cost to others is a trademark of those who mistakenly see their individual path separate from the whole. This self-centered drive can manifest itself within an entrepreneur or pioneer. How then does the altruistic nature of an entrepreneur manifest itself? How does the leader of a movement operate in concert with oneness? How does one leave behind individual drive to encompass the good of all? Part of the answer lies with the ego that was instilled in humans as energy of action. It seeks to act. It does not embrace the needs of others. In opposition to the ego is the heart that embraces others' needs and wants. Mark, You are well qualified to speak from your experience as an entrepreneur and venture capitalist. Draw on those experiences to see the contrast with where you are today. Teach those who are ego-driven that there is another way. In your book, 1. You allude to a totally new way of being when all are connected telepathically. When that takes place, it will be impossible for an individual ego to assert itself without others seeing the situation. Once your telepathic abilities are restored, you will comprehend oneness clearly. The removal of these abilities is one of the factors that created your separateness. One's ego cannot override the desires of the many unless the many allow this to happen. One entrepreneur cannot fashion a new enterprise without the cooperation of others. One pioneer cannot explore new vistas unless others to support him or her. An artist or writer can create, but without public acceptance, their work will not reach many. The defining difference between the dark and the light is the intent with which each acts. Are the actions of the person driven by self-centered greed or fear of loss, or are they driven by a genuine desire to serve all in the name of creating a better railroad? At the heart of the matter are greed and fear. They can drive a pioneer, or a pioneer can be driven by desire to do something for the benefit of all. The free will decisions of everyone in the universe and the connectedness to oneness are somewhat difficult to explain to a third-dimension person who is today so conditioned to be an individual. The Earth experience is one of the most intense in terms of individualism. See it as a wonderful opportunity to experience the maximum distancing from oneness. The sleeping masses are asleep because they refuse to give up their individual, self-centered points of view. Religions, popular culture, the media, and most Earth structures are based on separateness. Structures at the higher lighter densities are based on oneness, not individualism. This will require a completely new way of thinking. That is one of the reasons we are creating an institute to help third-density humans comprehend oneness. For it is only in oneness that you will be accepted into the loving family of the universe. A nation dedicated to looking after the individual desires of its people is not based on love. The U.S. is based on individual freedoms, not cooperation to achieve the best life for all people of Earth. Examine the founding documents carefully. They were drawn up by men to preserve individual freedoms, not the collective good. We who are part of the Great Armada are present here not for our individual aggrandizement as saviors of a planet, but as a grand collaboration to ensure that Earth and her caretakers emerge into the light of oneness. We take no individual pride in our accomplishments. With those who operate at the higher energies, there are no individuals, as you know them. You will see this when you raise your frequency to merge with all, contributing your energy to the whole. The vast majority of humanity on this planet remains sleeping. It will not be possible to transform the population without the free will choice of each involved. So it will come to pass that the planet will undergo the trifurcation between the awakened caretakers who function at a higher frequency, the sleeping who will continue to slumber, and those who will terminate their involvement in this third dimension. The moment of this determination is fast.